Hey loves, Caroline here from carolinelearn.com, and today I want to talk to you about something that I call strategy switching. Now, I want to share in this video what it is, how it's harming your business, and what you should do instead. So here's how it goes, and I'm fairly certain that many of you will be able to resonate with what I'm going to share. You're desperate to achieve a level of success in your business. You want to start making money. Maybe you want to, replace income from a side job that you're doing, or, you want to prove to yourself, family members, that this thing that you're creating is going to work. And from that place, you see online, various strategies that people are promising are going to bring some level of overnight success. So, we are bombarded with messages online of, shiny strategies, pick me, I'm the one that's going to solve all your problems. This is, people are selling this stuff all the time. This is the strategy. This is the number one way to gain traction in your business, to get clients, have people banging down your doors and thrusting their money into your pocket. We get those kind of messages all the time. And so from that place, we happen upon a strategy. We decide to give it a go. We're filled with enthusiasm and excitement because of the promises that we've read about online. That should this strategy work, it's going to solve all of our business and financial, woes. We give it a go. We try it out for a few weeks, maybe even a few months, and we don't get the traction that we were looking for. We don't get the promises that we were sold, and we feel really bad. We start to feel disappointed. We feel discouraged. We start to question our own ability. We wonder why these strategies seem to be working for other people and not for us. And we throw the towel in. We decide, I can't do it. It's not working for me. It must be, me or my business it doesn't work for. And, without pausing for breath, another strategy comes along, full of shiny overnight success promises, and we jump on that strategy, and the whole sorry cycle repeats itself because we do the same, filled with enthusiasm, filled with hope and aspirations that this is going to be the one that finally propels us to, fame and riches, and it doesn't. And so again, quickly we give up and we move on to something else, assuming that the fault is with us or with the strategy. And so when we do this in business, when we switch from strategy to strategy, we fail. Because here's the thing, these promises of overnight success are one of the biggest lies that I see online, and they drive me insane. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people who experience rapid success, but they're a tiny, tiny minority. And so, it's really easy to get seduced by the idea that if we do, strategy A, and we do it for a few weeks, a few months, we're going to get the kinds of success that we see people talking about online all the time. Now, take it from someone who works with people in business day in and day out. I've coached so many people who are working in business. My peers are, business coaches and successful business owners. And I'm telling you now, there is no secret magic pill. There is no one strategy that is going to propel you to overnight success. Building a business takes time. So here's what we need to do instead, because strategy switching is probably what's keeping you away from the success that you could otherwise achieve. And I want to share a few examples, because if you look at your biggest heroes online, and I'll name a few, you'll likely see, if you think about it, the strategy that they have chosen, they have stuck with, they have, been consistent with for years and years. And you'll see it. So for example, Seth Godin and blogging. You know, he's got, I looked at his website today, over 7,000 articles, and he blogs every single day and has been doing for years. Important to note that he didn't see traction with his blog until he'd been blogging consistently for years. Someone else, Susanna Conway, newsletters, you know, she has an incredible amount of subscribers because she has invested in her newsletter writing. She's honed her craft. She is completely consistent. She never fails to send out a weekly newsletter. She pours her heart and soul into them. And she has, you know, taken that strategy and she's used it to build, you know, a highly successful business. Gary Vaynerchuk and videos, you know, he's another one. God knows how many videos he's created, but he does it day after day after day. And, you know, we all know how successful he is. So when you look at the people online who are truly successful, and I'm talking about people who've been around for years, people who, you know, have a proven track record, you can bet your bottom dollar that they don't strategy switch, that they have chosen, you know, a strategy or a few key strategies, and they've given their all to that strategy. So I was talking about this with a client today, and he said, how do you know that it's working or not if you're not seeing results? So such a wonderful question, because this is the problem. Things take time. You know, for us to really start seeing traction and results, it can take time. And sometimes it's not working because we're not executing the strategy properly. So I'm going to talk you through an example. So let's take the example of content creation for audience growth. So we've seen that a million times online. It's a strategy that I believe in and I promote with my clients. You know, create good, valuable, consistent content, and you're going to grow your audience. Not necessarily, because, you know, not all content creation is equal. So for example, if you've been blogging consistently for several months and you're not seeing any increase in subscribers or commenters or engagement, rather than give up and say, well, it doesn't work, it's not working for me, content creation, you know, it's a lie, blogging doesn't, you know, it doesn't work. I want you to go deeper with the strategy. I want you to get scientific about the strategy. I want you to aim for mastery. This is the goal. So for example, there are so many things, and I'm going to glance at my notes because I don't want to miss it. There are so many reasons why you might not yet be getting the traction that you want to get. So for example, maybe you're not sharing it widely enough. Maybe you're creating, you know, your weekly blog post and you put it out there, but you're just putting it out to a tiny audience. You know, Facebook, if you put it on your Facebook page, I think it's 10% or less of the people who like your page and follow your page are going to see that blog post. So, you know, it may not be that there's anything wrong with the content. It could just be that people aren't seeing it. So have you explored every single avenue to get your content out in front of as many eyes as possible? If not, then make sure that you're doing everything you can to raise visibility of the content that you're putting out there. If you've done that and you're still not seeing the traction, then could it be that your titles are really bad? You know, are they really boring and unimaginative? And so people aren't clicking the link to read the post because, you know, they glance at the title and then their eyes glaze over and they move on. The content itself could be amazing, but you're not spending time creating titles that entice the reader to click on the post and read on. Are you talking about the right things? Have you done enough research with your audience to know that the content you're creating is relevant and resonates with your audience? These are all things that you should be doing way before you even think about giving up on a strategy. And, you know, this is just one example. And you can, you know, take any strategy and look at, okay, where might I need to refine how I'm executing this strategy? Where might I need to hone my skills? Where might I be failing in the execution of this strategy? Could you be asking for feedback? Are there people that you trust, you know, business peers that you have, or even, you know, someone like me, a business coach or a mentor that you can go to and say, okay, you know, I put this blog post out, I thought it was, you know, great. I've shared it everywhere. I've tried to make sure that the title is intriguing. It's exactly, you know, about a topic I know my audience are interested in, and it's not got any traction. Can you have a look and tell me why, you know, what I'm missing? These are the things that most people don't do. They get so disheartened, they take it so personally when they don't see the result that they were hoping for, that they give up and they try something else. And when you do that, when you switch from strategy to strategy, you never gain traction. You never ever get to that level of being highly skilled at the strategy that you're trying to execute. So my invitation to you is to think about all of the strategies that you're trying to employ right now. And just to give you a couple, you know, that of popular ones, you know, it could be Facebook Lives, it could be Instagram stories, it could be blogging, it could be podcasting, it could be giving out free, you know, coaching sessions, whatever it might be, whatever the strategy. I want you to sit down and kind of even maybe do a brainstorm of all the strategies that you're trying to take on, because that's the other thing. There's strategy switching, and there's also taking on way too many strategies at one time. And think about, you know, which of these do I really enjoy? You know, which of these light me up that I feel called to do rather than feel like I should do because everybody's saying I should be doing Facebook Lives or I should be doing videos or whatever it might be. And where can I go deeper? Where can I get really curious and really scientific about, you know, why maybe I'm not seeing the results that I hoped to see? You know, have I been doing it long enough? Is it relevant to my audience? Am I doing it well? All of these things are things that I really implore you to dive deep on before you give up and switch to another strategy. So that's it. It's just a short one for today. Hopefully that makes sense. I'd love you to leave a comment and let me know if this is something that you suffer with, if it's something that resonates, and if you're struggling to decide which strategy to employ, feel free to hit me up and ask me. If you're struggling to figure out why a strategy isn't working for you, also, you know, drop it in the comments or send me an email. That's it. Have a beautiful day.